Good morning, everyone. Come on in and sit down. Everybody out in the foyer. Good morning, everybody online. So I'm going to start today by just talking a little bit for a moment. Hi. Oh, my goodness. Katie, come up here. Oh, you can't pick her up and carry, because she's also expecting her next child. Wait. Hi, how are you? Can the camera hit me here, Thor? Hi, are you good?
She's like, what are you doing?
Have a high five? Yeah, good one. Oh, thank you for being here. Oh, you're perfect. And thank you for all three of you being here. Yes. Katie is, when are you due? January.
January 30th.
She's due January 30th with her second child. You're going to get a brother. Yes. Hi. You good? You want this? Oh, okay. That'll change, trust me. You will never find a microphone you don't like in shortly. So good morning to you all. So as I was driving here today, I was listening to our opening song, and I could not get through it. I just was like, I can't sing this song today. I can't do Celebrate, and I can't sing this song today, not given what's going on in Israel. I can't get up here and start singing, let's make this a beautiful day, when I know what's going on in the world. No, I want to be clear about something, though. I'm not saying that it changes what I believe about the world, or the spiritual truth of what the world is, what I know this world is, which is love and beauty and truth. But when we experience in the relative world something like this, this is Israel's 9/11. And I was listening to the news, and they were saying except it's 6 times, almost 8 times the casualties. And so, not that I want to start the day by depressing you all, but I can't imagine, is there anyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about? Okay, so we all know. So we can't just come in here and pretend that, and just start singing, let's make this a beautiful day. Even though I know at the center of it all, it is a beautiful day. And there is love going to come out of this. And that everything unfolds perfectly no matter what. I believe this. I understand this. But I also know that what happens to the least of us happens to all of us. And I wanted this morning to start with the solemnity and the respect and the care and the love and the humanity we feel for what's going on in our world. So I'd like you all to just take a deep breath and just give me some pretty music, Robbie. Ladies. So we do sing a song here all the time. And it was going to be our second song, our meditation song. But in fact, it's the perfect song to sing, because what's going on right now is that each one of us are having our entire beings cleansed, washed clean. No matter what we see around us, there is something in us that is unchangeable. It is divine. It is perfect. And so for all of our loved ones, our friends, our family, here, wherever they are, for everyone in Israel, in the Gaza Strip, for every Palestinian, we need to stop seeing them all as separate and different, but all as one thing going on. And it needs to be love. And that means you and I, we are at choice today to cleanse our own minds, to cleanse our own hearts, to get out of the reaction of all of this, and to step in to the solution to all of this. And the only solution there is love. So take a deep breath, close your eyes, and Robbie, if you would lean into. So I invite you this morning to let yourself Wash away everything that needs to be washed away. And just breathe through it. Rolling river God, little stones so smooth, but only once the water rushes through. And so I am a stone, rough and grainy still, trying to reconcile this water's chill. But when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know that time brings change, and change takes time. And when the sunset comes, my prayer will be just one, that you might pick me up and notice that I am just a little smoother in your hand. Sometimes raging wild, and sometimes swollen high, but never have I known this river dry. The deepest part of me is where I long to stay and feel those roughest edges just wash away. But when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know that time brings change, and change takes time. And when the sunset comes, my prayer will be just one, that you might pick me up and notice that I am, that we may pick this whole world up and notice that it is just a little smoother in our hands. Rolling river God, little stones so smooth, but only once the water rushes through. Take a deep breath. And let it out. And so it is. Thank you, ladies. How do you feel? Tell me, sad. Okay. Yeah. Say that again. Relaxed. Good. Sadness is okay. I don't think we can look at what's going on right now and feel anything but perhaps sad compassion, empathy, sympathy, understanding that I feel it as well. So, we are here to celebrate love. And our theme for the whole year is celebration. But you know, when a day like this happens, when a weekend like this happens, we need to celebrate the love in our hearts for all people and all sides. And so that's very, very important to me. So let me just ask, is there anybody here today, you came here for the first time today? Can I tell you that I knew there wouldn't be today? As I drove here, I was like, I don't want to do that whole thing, but I want to do this. We come here every Sunday as a spiritual community, here, online, to do one thing and one thing only. What is that? What? Don't answer it. Because what I want you to do, and I want you at home to answer it for yourselves, and if you're in a room with somebody, tell that person. But I want you to find someone in this room that you don't normally talk to and go tell them why you're here today. Have at it. Someone you don't normally talk to. Gentlemen, why are you here? I know you don't talk to each other. Support you. Why are you here, John? To support Robbie. So Robbie's here to support me. You're here to support Robbie. Aaron? Goodness of all. David? Be supported. I asked David, I said, how you doing after the meditation? He has friends in Israel. So that's rough. So, yeah. We're going to know they're safe here. Whose birthday is it? Craig, is today your birthday? Yesterday was your birthday. Aw. So you're here for us all to sing to you. I would love that. Would you really? Yes. Okay, everybody, you ready? Robbie, hit it. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Craig, birthday, dear Craig. Lincoln, happy birthday to you. Good. So, D, who did you talk to? Aaron? What did you tell her? So you come here on Sunday to hear that right where I am, God is, because you need to be reminded of that. How many people need to be reminded of that? All of us do. And which is right here. Remember who you are. So, Judd, who did you talk to? What? I said, speak to someone you don't normally talk to. Oh, you two don't talk a lot at home? Okay. So what did you tell her? Why are you here? You're here because I am. Good answer. I thought you were going to add, I'm here because you told me to come, Lisa. Yes. I always love it when you show up. You have an amazing energy. Yes. Yes. Catherine? Kathy? Who'd you talk to? Doug? Okay. What did you tell him? Okay, so she said, I'm here because I wanted to experience this energy in person today. And there's a lot of you online. The energy, it's a little bit of a different energy in the room, but I will tell you, because I watched last week's service online, I always watch it because Swan and I are always trying to make the experience better. you, Swan, and Thor, and all of us, we actually send out into the world a beautiful service that feels very, very wonderful. And I want to know that this energy comes right through that camera into the world. And yet, there is a thing. I mean, I can watch the Sting concert on my screen, but if I'm in the middle of the mosh pit with everybody screaming while Sting is singing, it's a little bit different. So I get what you're saying, yes. You guys, who'd you talk to? Oh, you talked to Carol. Tell me your name again. Shay talked to Carol. So what did you tell her, Shay? She comes here for peace and comfort and energy. Good. And you? Okay. And what did you tell her?
That I forget.
Wait, that's a good one. Because you forget. Right. I love that answer. I come here to commit to what I believe, to really commit to what I believe. And you come here to recharge your week. How many of you come here to recharge? Yeah. So should we recharge today? I think that's a great idea. So we do come here to remind ourselves of our vision statement, which is love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. And love only can be very difficult. I just spent a week with Reverend Dr. Tiffany Mellon in Missouri and at the Associated New Thought Network conference. And when we left, we both flew on the same flight there and back. And when we left here, we were two people who love one another deeply. Mentor-mentee, mentor-mentee, teacher-student, teacher-student. And, you know, we were just our usual chatty selves, laughing and being acerbic and funny and having a great time. And we got to Missouri, and we got to our house, which was gorgeous, this beautiful house that we got to live in. I let Tiffany choose the bedroom she wanted. Yep, so she got the biggest bed. And it was beautiful, but something happened that first night. You know, we ate dinner, which we weren't happy with the food particularly, but we weren't complaining because I'm in mental muscle. So I just let her complain. And then it started, the conference. And I am now, what am I? I'm 69 years old. I started this. I'm 29 years into going to conferences. I've never been to a conference as good as the one I just came from. It was transformative. The speakers were not just dynamic, but so real, authentic, honest, loving, caring. We were speechless at the end of the first night. We were just like, we really were speechless. In fact, when I spoke to the speaker, I was like, I don't have words to tell you what I thought. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that today when I do my talk. But it transformed I don't want to say changed, because I'm going to talk to you about what the word change means now to me. But it transformed my concept of what we're doing here. Why are we here? What are we here to do? Why do we show up? And I think it's important to get a real answer to that. A real answer. And even if it's this is not Swan's answer. But let's just say Swan's answer was, I show up because I get paid to be here. Right? And if that is her answer, and I know it's not, honestly know that. Or I'm here today because I'm a practitioner and Dr. James won't let me stay a practitioner if I don't show up every now and then and show my face. If that really is your answer, own it. And then I'll kick you out of the church. No, not at all, because it's not a church. But if that is your answer, own it. We need to know why we are doing what we're doing and own it. Be willing to own, okay, this is my decision. This is what I chose, and this is why I'm doing it. Own that. Because if you don't own it, it's just part of some subconscious crap that's running your life. But if you do own it, you can then decide, is it what you want? So it was just this amazing, amazing week. So I want you all to just take a deep breath. And I'm going to bring up the beautiful, lovely Reverend Dr. Andrea Arlington. how are you?
I'm wonderful.
I know you are. So am I good? You got me on here? Okay, good. So I was so happy that you were that you were going to be the inspiration today when I looked, because I don't remember who I assigned, and I had to look it up and go, who's on deck today? So, and you haven't been here, on deck in a while.
I have not.
No. So our theme this month is?
Express.
Oh, this is not on. We need to have this on. So our theme is express. Is the wind blowing you out, Lisa?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're like, we're moving over here. So the theme is express. Now, you may not know this, but Reverend Dr. Andrea Arlington has a show on Netflix. Is it Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
On Netflix right now. One of the top reality documentaries that's on there right now.
Right.
And I would say, now, when it came out, I was like, as soon as I knew it was there, I went and watched it.
It's appalling.
No, it really was appalling. But
yes.
what was appalling is that I know you, I know who you are, I know what your heart is. I also know that you are genuinely helping so many families and people in this world. A family close to me, you literally went in there, helped that family, and that boy left drugs behind him and is now an A student in a college, living an amazing life.
That is like so beautiful.
But it's true.
I know.
And that family points right to you when they say, she came in here and turned our lives around.
It's my greatest gift.
Right?
Yeah, but I would have never been able to do it if I hadn't been through the trauma that documentary shows. Unfortunately, the documentary only focuses on what a bad mom I was during a period of our lives where I couldn't have been anything else. I wasn't just a bad mom.
You were a terrible mom.
I was a terrible mom, but I was a bad, I just was, the perspective I had about life and about who I was and the value that I had, I couldn't be a good wife, I couldn't be a good friend, I couldn't be a good daughter, I couldn't be a good mom, I couldn't be a good person because of my, the feeling I had of my value, which was so low. And it wasn't until my daughter got sober off of heroin and she said, Mom, you know, you're the common denominator here, you need help. Like my whole world had fallen apart. I lost everything and had nothing to look forward to, in my opinion. But today, I have 5 beautiful grandchildren. I have 2 very healthy daughters. My foster daughter is sober 10 years. My biological daughter is sober 12 years, and runs a crisis case management program. And I work with families, but I could have never done what I do. Anyway, bottom line is, it's about expressing, right?
But I want to say this too.
What?
When you were going through all that, do you know what else she did? She went through ministerial school. Mm-hmm. While all of that was like incubating and then growing.
Yeah.
And that's just something I'm bringing this up for a reason.
Okay. Yeah.
This teaching can't do anything for you just by knowing it.
Yeah.
Just by learning it. Even going through all of the classes, becoming a practitioner, becoming a minister. And by the way, you were like top of your class coming out of ministerial school. Twice.
Graduated the first time in 2000, graduated the second time in 2020 or 19?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Right. So you can learn all this stuff and not actually use it, not actually embody it.
That's exactly right. It was in my head.
But you embody it now.
I do now.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you told me one day, if you really knew who you were, your life would be amazing. And I was like, I would like amazing. I would. And so I just started listening at a deeper level and really going deep. Yeah.
And that's the whole point of Express. The theme this month, you can express. Have you ever known people that express all over the place? Yeah. Here's an expression today. Anita, would you just stand up?
Oh, look at
that
her.
hat. Look at her.
Beautiful. So beautiful.
I said to her, wow, this is quite an outfit. She goes, it's Express Month. I said, will you come up on stage? And she said, no. But she did agree to stand up, so that's good. Yes.
Yeah. So, I was reminded of the quote by Marianne Williamson, our greatest fear is our light and not our darkness, or something along those lines, right? I can't remember the exact quote.
Our greatest fear is that we are Anybody have it off the top of their head? Eric? Our greatest fear is not that we are, it's sort of like, yeah.
It's not our darkness, it's our light.
It's not our
right?
failure, it's the success we could be is our greatest fear.
So I want to invite you guys to read a book that I'm reading right now, which is called The Courage to be Disliked. And if anybody could feel disliked, it was me during the years that I was on the cover of the LA Times and on every news channel being the mom of this girl who did some pretty tough things in the world.
They even made a movie about your
horrible
daughter.
things. Yeah. So Emma Watson played my daughter in the movie. So it was a big deal, and I was constantly being shamed about who I was, and probably rightfully so. Although when you think about it, we're always doing the best we can with what we believe who we are, right? And so, but I will say this, the book, The Courage to be Disliked, says, and it's really based on Alfred Adler's work, which amazing philosopher. Got to read that book, guys. If you really want to live a life of happiness, learn how to live without worrying about what other people are saying or believing about you. And one of the things it says in this book is that we look at other people and we go, oh, I'm afraid they're going to judge us. I'm afraid they're going to do this. And it's not our fear of them judging us that makes us not go out into the world. It's our fear of expressing our fullest potential and failing, not because someone's going to judge us, but genuinely because we have an internal story about our ability not to be great and not to be successful, and our fear is that we won't. So we find reasons like other people are going to judge us, or I'm going to.
So we use that as an excuse.
We use it as an
not
excuse,
to express.
right? And so I just would like to invite you all to read that book because it's all about finding your ability to be thoroughly happy on every level. And I gotta say, I am thoroughly happy on every level.
She just got engaged too, by the way.
All the time to that wonderful man right there. Yeah, so, and that's just a demonstration of my feelings of worthiness and happiness, which is really all about remembering who I was and loving only and forgiving everything, because when you can live from that place, you will attract the most amazing relationships and opportunities.
Well, I love that book that you bring up. So how many of you have ever been disliked by someone else? Craig, never? I could name a few. No, I'm just kidding. This is a great, that's it. When you said that to me earlier, I was like, yeah. And
Yeah.
all right, let me ask you this. How many of you have a hard time being disliked?
I got to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
It's not a good feeling.
And you know what that means? If I have a hard time being disliked, if I'm worried about being disliked, I'm not expressing authentically. I've always got my eye on the, will this go over well?
Right,
will this person like this? Is this okay? So we had one of our first speakers, Nemo Patel, gave us this, or said this thing that he spent 30 days not looking in the mirror. Does that sound like a good idea? 30 days. No, not looking in a mirror at all. And Tiffany, Dr. Tiffany, instantly turned to me, because she's so sarcastic, she just turned to me, she goes, you won't last 5 minutes. You also, no.
No, that's true.
But it really did hit me. I was like, oh my God, could I go a day without looking in the mirror to see how this hair's doing? I mean, I really did. And, I mean, that was just a little bit of what I took away from him. But so on Wednesday, I woke up and I went, today's the day. I'm going to go the entire day without looking in the mirror at all. And about noon, I realized that my keynote was that night. And I was like, I'm going back to shower and get dressed.
Uh-oh.
How am I going to do this without looking in the mirror? And I was like, you know what, I'm still going to do it. So I got dressed, I changed my whole outfit, and I just got dressed, and I took a shower. I didn't look in the mirror, I just took the blow dryer, and then I took gel and threw it in my hair. And this is torture for me. I am like,
I'm shocked.
What do I look like? I know, right?
Shocking.
And so thank God, as soon as I got to, I think it was Tiffany, the first one I ran into, I said, how do I look? She goes, good. I was like, thank God. But the concept, and I didn't look for the rest of the day, but can I just tell you, this is so silly, but oh my God, I felt so free. I didn't care. I was like, oh my God, I don't care what my hair looks like. That's the first time in 69 years.
Right.
Really? Well, no. We kind of feel that way in Guatemala because there's just nothing to do. It just does what it does. But I still look in the mirror in Guatemala. It was an amazing, amazing thing. And I'd love to go 30 days without looking in the mirror.
Wow.
I may do that. And I'm just
Be careful shaving.
I won't shave for 30 days, which won't look much different than this. But I bring that up because I do feel something when people don't like me. Or when I had an experience this year was horrific for that part of me. It's like, oh my God, how could anybody not like me?
Right.
You know, but
and
it's
the story we make up about that is what causes us to shrink and not express our authenticity.
Right.
Right?
So there you go. I'm so grateful that you were here today, especially on the heels of what this week has been. Just beautiful. Do you want to do our affirmation?
I would love to.
You got it right there.
Oh, good.
That way
okay.
you can.
Ready, everybody? I express my unique self with abandon. Now, come on, guys. We can do better than that.
No, yeah. Everybody stand up because I have something for you to do during this. But let's do it first just to get the words in our mouths, okay? Here we go.
I express my unique self with abandon.
Now, when we get to the word abandon, please notice everybody next to you, don't poke anyone's head off. I want you to physically, Carol, it's like the bend and snap. I want you to physically realize the word abandon, whatever it means, Steve Brabant, for you. If you have to jump up and down or twirl, whatever it is. Yeah. Because Steve came today and said, I said, well, welcome. And he said, well, I'm just here I get to just sit and watch. I went, really? Good luck. Okay, so ready? So I express my unique self with abandon. When you get to abandon, I want to see this room go wild. Robbie, you can stand up. If you don't have an instrument, you can stand up, David. There you go. Okay, you ready? Here we go.
I express my unique self with abandon. Woo!
How'd that? Katie, come up here and do that again. One more time. You ready? Come here. You ready? We're going to do that again.
Oh my gosh,
Watch
so cute.
Okay, you ready? Here we go. Ready? We're going to do it again. Okay, here we go. Everybody.
I express my unique self with abandon.
Okay, now you can sit.
So cute.
Yay! Take your hand. Katie's been like, I need to be in the room more often.
Yes.
Okay, how do you feel?
Excellent.
Yeah?
How do you feel?
Can I tell you this?
What?
You're not a bad mother. You weren't a bad mother. You were the mother that had the tools she had at the time.
That's right.
And used them.
I did.
And your children are so great.
They're
grateful.
so great
And so
today.
grateful to have had you as a mother. Because you know what else you are? Very audacious. You just get to be who you are. And I'm glad I know you. And I'm glad that you came into my orbit and that the two of us got to create what we're creating in the world now.
Love that. Me too.
Reverend Dr. Andrea Arlington.
Thank you.
Okay, yes.
What is the documentary called?
The documentary. Oh, what's the documentary called?
It's called The Real Bling Ring Hollywood, the story of Hollywood heist. Wait, no, the story of the Real Bling Ring Hollywood heist.
Just
The
put in Bling
story-
Ring Hollywood Heist.
On Netflix.
You'll
yeah.
find it.
Yeah. But what's the best part is the interview with my daughter and myself that you can watch on their Netflix's social media channel on YouTube. It's called Tudum, Tudum, and it's a story about what really happened between our relationship and how we both healed, and it's actually quite beautiful. So I invite you to watch that as
Watch
well.
that, yeah. After you watch the other one.
Right.
Okay. All right. So I picked this song out just for you guys today, and Carol Hatchett said, yes, let's do it. So let's do it, Carol.
Everyone's so brave today. I love it. That's expression too, right? Just being brave enough to be yourself and sing this song at 9 o'clock in the morning. That's brave. All right, here we go. This ain't a song for the broken-hearted. No silent prayer for faith departed. I ain't gonna be just a face in the crowd. When you hear my voice, gonna shout it out loud. It's my life and it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I just wanna live my life alive, yes. It's my life. My heart is like an open highway. Like Frankie said, I did it my way. I just wanna live while I'm alive. It's my life. Yes, you can stand up if you're feeling it. I love it. And this is for the ones who stood their ground. Tommy and Gina, they never back down. Tomorrow's getting harder, that's no mistake. Luck is only luck, you gotta make your own breaks. It's my life and it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I just wanna live while I'm alive. Yeah, it's my life. My heart is like an open highway. Like Frankie said, I did it my way. I just wanna live while I'm alive. It's my life. Yes, express yourselves. Today's the day and this is the place, right? Come on. Yeah. This is for the ones who stood their ground. Don't bend, don't break, baby, don't back down. It's my life and it's now or never. Wanna live while I'm alive. Hey, it's my life. My heart is like an open highway. Like Frankie said, I did it my way. I just wanna live while I'm alive.
Emily, thank you. Oh my God. Woo! How you feeling now? How y'all feeling? Tell me. I love it. This whole thing starts with, this ain't a song for the brokenhearted. This ain't a song for the brokenhearted. I love the concept of, we have to get off of our doldrums. How many people find themselves in the doldrums sometimes? Yeah, it's time to get over that. It's like, if it shows up, fine, feel it, but then get over it. It's like, don't live there. Or as not Ernest Holmes, Tom Costa used to say, yea, though I go through the valley of death, don't pitch a tent there. Move on, move through it. So I love that. This ain't a song for the brokenhearted. Today is not a service for the brokenhearted. Today is not a service, and I want to get rid of brokenhearted. Today is not a service for those that want to just sit in their mundanity, to sit in their lack or their fear or their doubt. Today is a day for us to express our divine self. You know, when Andrea and I were talking up there, you can express from your creative, amazing self, or you can express from your depressed state. You can express from your belief system that doesn't support you. You can express from, you're always expressing. So why not express from your divine self? I ain't gonna be, I love these lyrics. I ain't gonna be just a face in the crowd. You're gonna hear my voice when I shout it out loud. Who resonates with that? It's time for all of us to stop being just a face in the crowd, but to step up and show the world. Here's the thing. We have this amazing philosophy, this amazing teaching that helps people remember who they are. And if you can help one person in your life remember that they are God, and that one person can make one person in their life help them, assist them to know that they are God, imagine the ripple effect of what we could all do in this world. We don't have to get up and speak in front of billions of people. You have to affect one person. Just one person. Ernest Holmes said it. If I can get one person to understand who they are, I will have done my job. So let's stop being just a face in the crowd, and let's get up and say, here's who I am. I am God. I am all that this universe is. And not be afraid to do that. And I love that. It's my life now or never. I ain't going to live forever. And I hate to tell you, you are going to live forever in a spiritual sense, but this version of you is only going to live, 120, 140? Why not? There are people living to 140 now, folks. So, one person did it, but more people will. Why not? But we still have that time that we're going to be here in these bodies. And the bodies are going to change and everything's going to shift, but we're still here. So while we're here, right, Tiff? While we're here, it's time to really live life to the fullest. So, Missouri. So, Nemo Patel was the first person that spoke at our conference. First, he did a concert with Daniel Nahmad, and then he had a workshop the next day. And there's something about a young man, I guess he's in his early 40s, who gave everything away, sold everything, was on his way to being, he was a CEO at Warner Brothers, and moved to India to live in the ghetto of India, got some kids, started teaching them to dance and sing, created a little show, needed to raise, $300,000 or something, to take these kids on a tour of the world. Kids that have never left this little diameter of ghetto. And he did it. He raised the money, it happened, and he took them all over the world. And there are videos of the kids and the singing and all, and I was just sitting there sobbing. Now I go to Guatemala every year, and what do? I teach kids to sing and dance, and we have an amazing time. So I understood it. I had a feeling for what he was teaching me. But he said some things that I wanted to bring to you today. And Gandhi said the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. And this really touched me because, and it really informed what I spoke of on Wednesday night. To look at someone who is living their life in the service of others, and in so doing has served their soul so powerfully that this man walks into a room and it's just the most loving energy. You just want to hug him. You just want to be in his presence. You want to live in his presence. I mean, it feels like that. And his singing, his rap singing is just awesome. But as I left Missouri, one of the things I did the 5 questions on Wednesday night, but on Friday, when they were doing this teze, in the middle of the teze, she quoted me and then did my 5 questions. And I rarely get to sit and do the 5 questions where someone else is, I never do, where someone else is facilitating. And when she got to, what is mine to do right now, I just got it. I want to serve more. I want to be of service. And I shared that with Kevin on the phone after this came to me, and he was like, you want to be of more service? You know how tired you know how busy you are? You know how much you do? I said, yeah. It's the consciousness that needs to shift, not the doing. The doing follows the consciousness. I said, sometimes I'm doing because I want to succeed. I want to achieve. And Nemo, he was saying to me, he said, what you will really, really arrive when you're doing something and you have no care about the financial remuneration. And I said, yeah. I said, I am not selling all of my things and living in a ghetto. I said, that doesn't work for me. I said, and you need me to make the money I make so I can give it to you. And he went, good point. I said, so I believe my calling is to make so much money and to give it where it's needed. Right? So, but I can't be of service if I'm trying to make money. I need to be of service and trust and know money always follows the consciousness. So that was one of the big things I walked away with. And then he said this Ernest Holmes quote that I don't think I'd ever heard. And it's this. Ernest Holmes said, we need more backbone, less wishbone. How about that? We can wish and hope and do all that Burt Bacharach singing, wishing and hoping and something and praying and all that stuff. It's a cute little song. But it's not about wishing. It's not about hoping. It is about being, really being, standing strong, the backbone of this teaching. I know who I am. Don't be anyone else. Don't, even on special occasion, don't go and be less than yourself because it's more comfortable for everyone around you. Don't do things that you don't want to do because they'll like you if you do. And I love that. Let them not like you, but stand in your truth. Stand in the backbone of what Ernest Holmes came here to teach. And here's the funny part. Ernest Holmes came here to teach this. He started in 1926 with that book, but he kept teaching us through his entire life. And right before he died, he got it. When he said, you are not one of God, you are not one with God, you are not a part of God, you are God. Now get to work. I rarely hear anyone quote that man in his later years, in his final stages of wisdom and knowing. So do we need more backbone and less wishbone? Yeah. I don't want to take your dreams away. I don't want to take your wishes and your hopes away, but I do want to activate them. I want them to move out of your consciousness of wishing and move into your consciousness of knowing. This is who I am. This is what is possible, and this is where I'm going. So that was all just Monday night and Tuesday morning, and we had a whole week. I was already washed. I was already walking everywhere crying. And we found this cute little, what have we decided it is? A gopher. It's a gopher. I thought, of course, it was a horse. It was this thing, this animal that was living in a tree, and between our house and the conference, it was always there. But I always see, Tiffany kept saying, you're delusional. I never see the baby. It had babies, and I always see the babies. She didn't. So this animal, though, spoke to me. And I would walk by it, and it would look at me, and take a couple steps toward me, but I always had a feeling it was ready to attack. So I kind of stayed away from it. So one night we're coming back from the conference, and I threw an apple. I had an apple that I half-eaten. I thought, I'm going to give it to the gopher. And I threw it into his little tree where the entrance is. And Tiffany turned to me and went, great, now you have blocked its entrance. And the next morning when we came back, the gopher had taken the apple and thrown it away. Didn't eat it, just threw it away. I was like, wow. And so I'm walking up the trail, and here's the gopher, and there's the apple. I was like, oh my. I turn this way, and there's the gopher. and it literally stood on its back legs. And it was 10 feet tall. No, but it was tall. It was like, it stood up, it was about this tall. And I was like, this gopher is really pissed off at me because I thought it needed something from me. It didn't need anything from me. It just needed my love. So anyway, we had this wonderful experience with this gopher all week long. And we did see it. It poked its head out to say goodbye to us as we left. So we did see it. So the next day, we had this young man, Jeffon Seeley, who is his mother, I think, is white and his father is black, but he grew up with such prejudice against him because he was unlike anybody else. And so he teaches he travels the world. He's a world-class speaker, and he talks about prejudice. And he talks about how we need to learn how to incorporate inclusivity into our lives. But he said the thing that really, really moved me. He said, change is great. You know Gandhi's quote, be the change you want to see in the world? He said, but change can unchange. You can change and go back again. How many of you have done that? How many of you have changed? I've changed. And then you find yourself right back where you were before. Or you believe what you believe, and then suddenly you believe something else again. I believe I am God, and then I believe I am less than. It's easy to change and unchange. But then he said, transformation can't go backwards. If you have an acorn, and you plant that acorn, and the oak tree grows up to this strong oak tree, that oak tree never goes back into the acorn. The acorn was transformed and turns into what it is meant to be. And he said, and our issue is that we all think it's all about changing, and it's not. It's about transforming so that you never go back again. And I think both of us were just a pool of tears. We were like, yeah, I want to transform. And I can honestly say that this week has transformed me in many ways, and I know you feel the same way. The transformation, you feel it. You know when you are standing here saying, I am God, and you know it, you're not going back to something else. You know, and one of the ministers was speaking to me and said, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you stand on your stage and say, I am God, and still have people sitting in the seats. And I said, well, the way I look at it is, I have to tell the truth, and whoever needs to be in the seats will be in the seats. If it's 5 people, it's 5 people. If it's 500 people, it's 500 people. It doesn't matter. But I'm not going to not know the truth. That transformation has happened. So anyone who still wants to talk me off the I am God thing, that day is over. That is gone. It is time for at least someone to stand up and say, this, and it's not just me, there are a lot of people doing it, to really get it. Now, there needs to be clarity around this so that it doesn't sound like I'm saying, I am God and Marilyn Murphy is something else, because you are something else, but you're also God, right? So that was Jeffon Seeley. Change versus transformation. And it was interesting too, because we talked about the butterfly and the struggle it goes through in order to become a butterfly. But it doesn't. There's no struggle there. It's a transformation. The butterfly transforms from a caterpillar to a butterfly in a natural process that just happens. So this whole concept, people want to teach us that it's like a butterfly and you're going to have to struggle to become a butterfly. No. Allow the process of who you are to manifest itself to your highest and best. So, there are a lot of things that get in the way of our authentic expression. One of the things that Jeffon talked about was resolving unconscious behaviors. You have a lot of, Rachel Bork, hello. You have a lot of unconscious behaviors going on inside of you that you're not even aware of. One of the great things about mental muscle is that we get to resolve and go in there and find these unconscious behaviors. You can come in. So I want you to just take a moment today and ask yourself, like, what do I do unconsciously that is a result of what I'm believing? Because there are many things, behaviors. Do you ever notice yourself, suddenly you're ornery with someone, or you treat someone a certain way? Tiffany said to me during the week. We were talking about unconscious behaviors, and she said, you know, you really do gravitate to pretty people. And she brought up Dr. Liza. And she said, you know, you and Dr. Liza, you know, the two of you are like these pretty people, and you kind of gravitate to one another. But she made me think about something. I was like, I do. I like pretty. I like beautiful. I tend to gravitate to pretty people, beautiful people, models, actors, you know, that sort of thing. And that night, like Swan, that sort of thing. But that night, I sat with myself and got very upset because I realized that that was one of those unconscious behaviors, because I was not aware of it till she told me. And I was like, but everyone's beautiful. I do believe that. I believe everyone is beautiful. I see eyes of people that blow me away. I see beauty everywhere I go. And what I had to really come to was she was bringing up who I have been, not who I am. And I can see that person that always wanted to be in the jet set, the successful people, wanted to be around the pretty people, the beautiful people, the people who had money. I remember that person. That person's still inside of me. Every person you've ever been is still inside of you, but it's not who I choose to be. And it's not where I'm putting my attention, where I'm putting my focus. So the next day I explained that to her, and she said, good, are you finally going to go see some ugly people? I was like, there's no such thing as ugly and beautiful. It's all pejoratives. So this resolving unconscious behaviors. When she said that to me, I literally was like, what? I was so insulted. I said, get ye gone. But then I started thinking about it. I was like, no, I can see where someone could have thought that about me. So then Jeffon also talked about, he was talking and what wasn't working? His clicker wasn't working. And then he realized he hadn't put the USB into the computer in order for it to talk to the clicker. And as I sat there, I was thinking to myself, how often do we forget to put the consciousness of the USB into the consciousness of the computer and then expect this to work? And then spend all of our time cursing this damn thing because it doesn't work, when in fact, it was user fault. We very often walk around without having put our USB of I am God into this consciousness of truth. And we live our lives with all of the problems, all of the frailties, all of the disconnects, and all we needed to do was plug in. Really plug in and remember who we are, and everything would have changed. So, this is also a great quote that was said. It's one thing to know better, it's another thing to do better. I think we've spent a lot of time knowing better here, and it's time to start doing better, really doing better. You know, I've spent time this week going over the financials of this center, and the financials of this center are not as healthy as they have been in the past. And I'm watching that. I am watching a congregation. Just today I opened a check of someone that sends a check every month, and the check was half of what it was last month. Now I can tell you, I know we're not giving half up here on Sundays. Well, I'm not doing half work. And I thought to myself, people are starting to really believe they don't have enough. People are really starting to believe that they are lacking. They're really starting to fall into this belief that there is not enough in the world to sustain them, to support them. But I'm here to tell you this, and this is not just about we need to get our finances in shape at this center, which we do, but this is about you need to get your finances shape in your life, personally. Because if you hold true to a belief that there is not enough, and there's not enough money, and I'm not going to have enough when I get older, then you are setting yourself up for that. That's the consciousness that we are falling into, and it's going to play itself out. But that's not my consciousness. I know that this center is wealthy. This center is fluid. This center is solvent. I know that, and it is right now. And I know it's going to keep going and keep growing and keep expanding. But we must get into that mindset, because this is the thing. We know everything about prosperity. We know it all. But are we living it? So when I talked on Wednesday night, I gave a talk called, I don't even remember what the talk was, but I used the song If the Race is Over. And what I came to by Wednesday night was, I'm tired. I'm tired of racing. I'm tired of winning. I'm tired of trying to win. And the lyric is, if the race is over, what then? If the race is over, if you're done, how many people here are done trying to win the race and make their lives successful, make their lives more solvent, more financially, right? I don't want to race anymore. I used to love competing when I was a young actor. I used to love showing up at auditions. It was my favorite part. I almost didn't want to do the show. I just wanted you to cast me. Then I'd like to go to the next audition because I loved that. But I'm at a point in my life now where I don't want to race anymore. I don't want to push boulders up hills anymore. I don't want to be the one that proves something anymore. Because the race is over for me. A lot of people have been asking me when I'm going to retire. And because they're like, well, you're going to be 70. I was like, I just turned 69. Give me a year. But they're like, you're going to be 70. Most ministers at my age have retired. They're done. They've moved on to their other things. But I kind of feel like I'm just getting this stuff. I really do. I feel like I'm just finally getting it. And to say the race is over for me means I get to be a different person now. I don't have to play the game anymore. I just have to be my authentic self, expressing the truth, and see where that takes me. So, this was the title of my talk today, Return to Empty, because I went to Silent Unity. Silent Unity has a little prayer room. First of all, it's a gorgeous place in Missouri. And Silent Unity has a little tiny prayer room at the top of this tower. And it has 5 seats in it. I think I have the picture. Wait. There it is. And on the wall right in front of you, it says, be still and know, ... For 176, is that what it is? For 176 years now, someone has been in that room 24/7, praying for the world. During COVID, there weren't 5, and they went more virtual, but they made sure that someone was praying at every moment. When we got to, and no one gets to do that except the ministers and I don't think they have practitioners at Unity. But when we're there, they give us that right. I think you did it last year, Eric, didn't you? You didn't? Well, Tiffany and Rick Tamlin, I signed them up for a 7 a.m. prayer vigil. And I told them on Wednesday night as we were walking back, I said, we have to be up early tomorrow. They're going to pick us up at 6:45. And the two of them were like, what? Why would you do that? We're getting up at 6:45 to go sit in a room for a half hour? I said, we are. And beautifully so, they did it. And I would say, Tiffany, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but was that not one of the most transforming moments of your life? I sat in the middle and I was looking at this, be still and know. But you know what the end of that sentence is? Be still and know that, keep going, say it out loud. I am God. They didn't put it up there, but it's be still and know that I am God. And we got there at 6:57 and we're sitting there and I closed my eyes and I don't know what happened. But I did not go to sleep. I was wide awake, fully present. I opened my eyes a couple times to see the sun rising out the window. I saw a thing in front of me. I would turn around and look at Tiffany or Rick, and my heart, something happened. And I just was like, I heard inside of me saying, be still and know that I am God. And I hear this thing inside of me saying, could you just do that now? Could you just really do that now? Could you really know that now? Like, be still and know that you are God. Can that just be what you know from now on? And I was like, and I have all these faults. Have you ever noticed any of them? Yeah, I have all these faults and these things that I do that I'd like to not do anymore. And all of a sudden they kind of fell away. I was like, I'm not doing that again. I don't need to do this anymore. I'm done comparing myself. I'm done judging people. Because I still judge occasionally. Anybody? You judge people, that you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. So in my journal, on Friday, when we were journaling, the question 4 came up in the 5 questions. What's mine to do right now? And I wrote, today I am here to come home to who I've always been and stay a while. Because I think I come home a lot to who I've always been. And then I get busy doing this over here. And then I do that over there. Then I run over there. Then I run over there. I've decided I need to stay home. I need to get home, be home, and stay home. Jeff Seeley said, no one is coming here to serve you, to save you, other than the transformed you. I think we think there are these books and these classes and these workshops and these ministers and these gurus and these leaders that are going to save you. They're going to have the right answer for you. They're going to make you feel better about yourself. They're going to help you. And I am here to do all of that. But at the end of the day, no one's going to save you but your transformed self. Not your changed self, your transformed self. And that's what I would like to leave you with today. I would like to leave you with the idea that your transformation is a breath away. Your transformation is your decision to be who you really are, to express yourself as you really are. It's my life. And I think we are at the point of it's now or never. Either today or when. And for me, it's now. I am done with the race. I am done competing. I'm done pushing boulders up hills. I'm done trying to make people understand something. From now on, I'm just going to be something. You want to come along for the ride? Join me. Namaste. Namaste. All right, let's take a deep breath. Oh, ha ha ha. So, I have a present for you. I also didn't want to sing a collection song today. I just got up, I was like, I don't want to do all we used to do. So, I'd like you to take out your checks, your contributions, your stewardship. They are going to pass the basket, but I have a video for you to watch instead of us singing. And this is Nemo Patel doing a song that has gotten over 10 million views on YouTube because it's part of what he travels the world doing. And this is his song, and Daniel Nahmad, on gratitude. Hit it, Thor. And you can pass the baskets now.
You're my life, you're my breath, you're a smile, you're my guest. You're the earth, you're the sun, you're the grass, you are love. You're my hands, you're a bug, you're my eyes, you're a hug. You're the light in the dark, you're the spark, you are fun. You're my mom, you are water, you're the stars, you're my daughter. You're my friend till the end, you're my dreams, you're my father. You're the ants on the ground, the miracles that surround. I'm feeling it all around, the hemisphere in the clouds. You're my pain, you're my sorrow, you're my hope for tomorrow. You're the strength when I'm hollow, you're the path that I follow. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss. The gift to realize that everything
all that
is a gift.
I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all, for it all. Grateful for it
You're the blessings every time I try to count. You're the lessons that I learn every time I turn around. You're the water when I'm burned every time I think I found everything I'm looking for. You're the sign saying stop to take a bow and keep moving forward and start looking towards your heart. It'll open all the doors and only then you'll start to hear the world singing chorus with your mind and heart. Aligned in purpose, everything
all
will feel
that I
gorgeous.
am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that
I sit and pray, cause what I have is more than I deserve or could ever imagine. How do I give back to all of this magic and spread the love so everybody can have it? Doesn't matter if I'm rich or poor, if I got a family or if I'm all alone. Bad things happen, I can just complain and moan. But there's a million things that I can be grateful for.
So I lift up my hands now, and I open my heart, and my gratitude goes out to everything near and far. All that I am,
Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I look deep down and feel all the blessings. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I'm grateful for it all. It's amazing. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I look deep down and feel all the blessings. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I'm grateful for it all. It's amazing. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss, the gift to realize that everything is a gift.
So take a deep breath. I just wanted you to think for a moment. What are you grateful for? Just let that be the heart and soul of what this is all about. Mr. Bailey, did you have something you wanted to say? Oh, sorry.
You want to run the announcements first?
Oh, yes. Stand that way, I'll stand this way. Go ahead, sorry.
Good morning. It's Sunday, October 8th, and here are your GTC announcements. Coming up in the calendar, right after our celebration today, the Wisdom Women have their monthly meeting with a special presentation by our own Sherry Verson. You can join the Wisdom Women live in person here in Westlake Village or on Zoom. The meeting starts at 12 noon. Our Wednesday evening class, Radical Compassion, resumes this week at 6:30. You can join us here in person in Westlake Village or online via Zoom. You can always drop in for one class at a time. You can find the link right on our calendar and classes page. On the last Friday of the month, October 27th, we have our usual soul immersion sound bath here in the sanctuary. This month, we're also welcoming a speaker who will give a free presentation on transcendental meditation. If you've ever wondered about TM, join us on October 27th for TM and Soul Immersion with a special start time of 6:30 p.m. Finally, we're now selling tickets to our Diamond Jubilee Gala on November 5th, just 4 weeks from today. Please note that ticket sales close on Sunday, October 22nd, or sooner if we sell out. So if you know you want to go, or you just haven't gotten around to it, what are you waiting for? To buy your tickets and to learn how you can become a valued sponsor of the event, go to our website. You'll find the link right on our calendar page. You can always find out what's going on by visiting our calendar on the website. To find it easily, just use your cell phone on the QR codes you see throughout the sanctuary. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Thank you, Thor. Okay, Kevin. By the way, just so you know, I think we're like at 120 of 150 tickets. So if you really are, we are Our Lady of Procrastination here sometimes. If you haven't bought your ticket, please buy it, because once they sell out, we can't add any more.
Right. And in the announcements, what was the cutoff date? Because I don't want to hear it from anyone. What was the cutoff date? Thank you, October 22nd. So I don't want anyone to come to me on the 23rd or thereafter, okay? We've been announcing this for almost 6 months, all right? So with that in mind, we are nearly closing in on our maximum number. So please, 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 if you are thinking of coming to the gala, getting a ticket, do so right away. I'd like to invite up my cohorts in crime who are with me today, Diane Brabant and Marilyn Murphy. At the same time, James, would you step off to the side? Here, hold this just for the moment, because while I'm talking, I'm going to ask Thor to run a special video presentation that we've made up, because this is an important acknowledgement, and we'll be doing this periodically and putting it on our scroll. What you're about to see are those wonderful members of our community who've been able to sponsor the gala, and that has been a huge help to us. And I just want to acknowledge them, because what they're doing by being able to go above and beyond just the ticket cost, because the ticket cost, as you know, covers the incredible event we're throwing, but the sponsorships go a long way to helping this center and its fundraising. So I just want to say that. All right, Marilyn Murphy is in charge of our incredible, incredible decorations that are going to be happening at the gala. Do you want to speak first to anything? Tell us what might be in store without giving away the surprises.
I'm not giving away surprises, but if anybody knows me, I gave myself the title of Creative Queen for a reason, and I've got a great committee.
That's his title. You'll have to be the second.
Okay. Anyway,
King.
I've got a great crew of helpers and volunteers that are assisting, but it's really, I'm very, very excited. It's going to be a fabulous event. The food is going to be super, the entertainment. There's little gifts for you. I can't have a party without gifts.
Not without gifts.
And then some fabulous stuff that you're going to bid on. So any of you that just bought a ticket for dinner, I know that you're saving your money to bid up those auction items. So bring...
That's a perfect segue.
That's right.
Segue to my silent auction queen, Diane Brabant.
So... we know that it's
Wait a minute, Thor. Hold on, Thor. Let's wait for that till, go back, until we're done so people can watch.
So we want you to know that really our fundraising portion of this celebration and fundraiser combined is the items, both sponsorship and, of course, donations. We already have, courtesy of Arlen Berglass, we have 2 units in Rancho Mirage and another unit in, what is it? La Jolla. Oh. So, and they're amazing, and he has been donating these since, I think, 2003? Okay, I mean, he is just so generous. They're absolutely incredible. The larger unit, which is Rancho Mirage, can hold like as many, seriously, as 14 people. Not that we're, encouraging that, but it can. And I wanted to share that, you could have like 5 couples be there, seriously. He 7. I know he did tell me 7, but I thought 7 couples. Okay, at any rate, yes, it'll hold 7 couples. It has 14 beds. It's amazing. So think about that, or sharing it, or a whole family, and everybody gets to go on vacation together. Then we have this whole packet for you that I'll be outside after service. And it is, the first page is a donation form. If you are personally donating, you keep that form for IRS purposes to write off your entire donation. It has our 501c3 on it, and you fill it out, keep it with your tax documents. If you are securing a donation from a business, a person, whatever, then you give them that form, and that's their designated 501c3 form. They don't need to have another form. They are to keep that. Then I had lots of people ask me about what items are needed. So one of the pages are suggestions of what we could use, and also what sells, like restaurant certificates and theater ones, any kind of entertainment. All of those things, people always bid more than they're worth. So there's a whole page of suggestions. And then there's also, because some companies give to schools, for example, or they give to nonprofits like Senior Concerns, but they don't necessarily give donations to a spiritual center. So the last page is a list of all of our outreach activities, everything from Casa Guatemala to really we have done Senior Concerns, we have done Westminster, Greater Contribution, Habitat for Humanity, we've built 2 homes, Manna, all of those, and Westminster Free Clinic. So we really have immense outreach, and that may be persuasive for them deciding to grant us a gift. So thank you.
And I just want to add on to how we're going to do it. One of our wonderful Palm Springs, we have actually a couple from Palm Springs. This little getaway will be up, is being donated by Tom LaLiberte, who's in Palm Springs. And this is for a specific weekend of February 2nd and 3rd. And we're packaging it with hockey tickets that Marcy and Al Welland are donating, along with restaurant certificates for the weekend. It's going to be just one of, what are we, 1, 2, 3, we're going to be about 5 or 6 destinations, okay, including Puerto Vallarta, where James and I just were. There's going to be 4 nights donated by our congregants, Scott Anderson and Jose Pena. So what I want you to be on the lookout for,
which we're going to bid on.
Yeah, of course.
Again.
Yes. But we're going to be putting these on the website, okay? So wherever you are, even if you're watching us regularly online, in the next week, we're going to have these up on the website for minimum bidding, okay? So yes, it will continue through the gala that night, but if anyone would like to have a minimum bid and put it through the website, you can do that. And that will include Scott's wonderful zither that was demonstrated last week. So
great.
Look for our website, and I'll keep those announcements coming. And next week, we might even have, as part of the roll, just what all those things are.
Great.
Thank you, ladies.
Excellent.
And now,
Robbie, would you give me a little music?
A little music for the sponsorships.
Go ahead. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who, so far who has sponsored us. Thank you, everyone. And what you don't know is that, yes?
I got one thing.
But you
go
forget.
ahead. Finish what you're going to say.
What you don't know is that your ticket of $150, is it $150?
$150.
$150 doesn't even fully pay for your experience. We wanted to keep it at $150. So the sponsors are actually helping cover the little bit of excess that it costs for each one of you to be at this gala. So I just encourage you, even if you come in at the $250 level or the $500, the $1,000, $1,500, $2,500, and there's one above us, $5,000. I just encourage you. That's really where we are going to take our financial situation and turn it into the black by the end of this year. The gala is our big fundraiser, so please give some thought to that.
Great. There was one other special thing for our community. I know many of you attended the 44 production that I did last spring at the Bourbon Room. The producer, we open again this week for a return of that show, and the producer said to offer our community and the friends of our community, so if you would like to come again, this week we open Friday, but we start performances Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of this week. If you'd like to come, see me in the Breezeway. If you're watching online, email me or call me. I have tickets to give out to our community, okay?
And these
because
are complimentary.
They are complimentary
free
tickets.
tickets.
Free tickets. There's the food and beverage minimum, but the tickets are anywhere between like $44 to $100 a piece. So that's the free part of it.
Great.
Because you were so supportive to the show last spring, he said, please approach your community if anyone would like to come, or if you didn't come last time or want to come again. So
Good.
I forgot
Excellent.
that.
So I'm going to ask you to do something for me. Band, come on up. Oh, yeah, I need that. Girls, ladies. Yes, Kirby? You know what? Let's do it. When is the street fair?
Next week.
Okay, we don't have time. Guys, please sign up to help Kirby and Connie at the Thousand Oaks Street Fair, especially practitioners. We didn't get a lot of response from you guys. This is our out in the world moment. So, could you all do me a favor, please? Stand up, and I want you to form a circle all the way around this sanctuary. It's not really choreography. And take each other's hand, please, and come on this way. Come all the way to here. Yeah, you can come. Good. And you can come on up with us, right there. You can come up a couple stairs. Great. Gordon, come up here, please. Yes, good. Perfect. Good. Carolyn, good. Carolyn, come over here. Okay. Okay. How beautiful does this all look? Joe, where are you going? Oh, no, I want you to stay in the middle. This is all going to come at you, too. Are you going to the bathroom? Yeah. Oh, bye-bye. Go ahead. That's right. She's expressing her authentic self. So we started our day. We started our day talking about Israel and what's going on in the world. And circles, Connie, please take Rose's hand. She'll come back and then do it. I want a circle here. We hold hands to create this amazing circle of solidarity, knowing that we celebrate and honor and respect and send all of our love, all of our light across the seas, across the oceans, to people who are in need, to people who are experiencing less than a beautiful time. So I just want you, as we sing This Little Light of Mine, to throw your voice into the center of this and imagine this vortex. All of these voices just shooting up and going out into the world. Here we go. Robbie? Doesn't matter what you sound like, just sing. Swan, pull this up. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, shine, 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 shine. My brother in peace, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna let it shine. When I greet my sister in peace, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna let it shine. When I greet this whole world in peace, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. Come on, let it shine, 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 shine. Shine, shine. Right, Rachel? Shine, shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah. Let it shine, let it shine. Come on and let it shine, shine. What are you gonna do? Shine, shine. What are you gonna do? Shine, shine. Shine, shine. How Have a great Sunday, everybody. Let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, 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 shine. We should go on the road. Shine, 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 shine.